the floor.
Oh, we'll use these $50 bills to wipe it up.
Perfect. Got any more?
Yeah, take a couple hundred.
Stop. Instead of using money, use an old rag. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
To the wall it is. It's gone! It's gone! He hit it on the center field fence.
Way back. You can put a stamp on that one and put it to the post office. It's gone.
Cedartown wins the region championship. Cedartown Bulldogs, the third region championship in a row.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA, 106.1 FM and AM 1340. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA. Tough loss for the Bulldogs in Game 1, 6-5, as Cedartown goes to 1-1 in region play, and Central also 1-1 after that win. And the rubber game of the series right now, as the 3-10 Bulldogs will face the now 5-7 Central Lions here, and the Bulldogs will have ex-Holiday on the hill. And to tell you all about this ball game, my broadcast partner, Mr. Sam Branch, will take it away.
Thank you, Andrew. Max Williamson will lead off for Central. It'll be Williamson, Musek, and Smith due up for the Central Lions here in the top of the first inning. First pitch on the way from X-Holiday. Swing and a miss for strike one. X getting the start here in Game 2 tonight. Game 3 of the 3-game series. Pitch on the way from Holiday. That one is fouled off to the right side, so the count now goes to 0-2 on Williamson. Williamson getting the start at short here in Game 2. 0-2 the count, and the pitch on the way from Holiday. That one is inside, called strike 3, and Williamson is down on 3 straight pitches, and he just got ejected.
Wow.
Arguing balls and strikes with the home plate umpire in your first at bat, and that will not end.
Now, I don't know if it was the batter that was thrown out or was it the coach that was thrown out. They said dugout or something like that.
But he kept pointing, and the umpire, the player is the one that was talking. Maybe he is calling for the umpire. Hold on.
Hey, I need you over here, please.
Yep, and they have now called, and there's a parent involved, and that's why. So already we've got a fan that is being escorted. Someone has been relocated to the dugout only. And fireworks here with the first batter.
Wow.
And he's still jawing at him. And you can hear Coach Johnson talking. And he is addressing the fans from both sides. And a good job there by our head coach to try to calm down both fan bases. Not just one, but all of them. And now we've got some more jawing, it sounds like, coming from the audience. Somebody else is being ejected, it looks like, or asked to leave, I guess would be the nice way to put it.
Well, they didn't adhere to the GHSA statement.
They did not. They did not. And we are still waiting for things to get underway again.
And again, it's always the discretion of the officials of the game to remove anybody they deem necessary. It's happened before, it'll happen again.
And now we're ready to go back to work, I think. So Williamson, the first out of the inning, and that will bring up Brandon Musek. He comes to the plate with the bases empty and one out, and we're ready to go back to work. And we've got time called. We were waiting on the field umpire and the first base coach from Central to be ready. The field umpire is still taking a lot from the first base coach.
Tell you, X, there's the pitch.
High and inside, ball one. He was ready to, he was going through the windup when time was called.
We know, and X already has his elbow was bothering him earlier in the season, and when he has to stop his windup like that, that could be not good. So,
pitch on the way. That one is taken outside for ball two. So 2 balls, no strikes. The count now on the Central Lions second baseman. X comes set. 2-0 the count. Pitch on the way from Holiday. That one catches the outside part of the plate. Strike one defensively for the Dogs. In the outfield from left to right, it's Blackman, Ware, and Formby. The infield is very much what you would think with X on the mound, except for one significant change. Pitch on the way from Holiday. That one's outside. Ball three. You've got Ace Allen over at third base. Caleb Formby playing shortstop. Owen Jarrell getting the start at second base. Cole Dingler at first. Gavin Allred behind the plate here in game two. 3-1 the count. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled back, and the count is now full on Brandon Musek. And we will get set, ready to go here as Musek steps into the batter's box. 3-2 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the first inning. X will step off. Cedartown falling 6-5 in game one of tonight's doubleheader. Payoff pitch on the way from Holiday. That one's hit to the right side. It's going to be a tough play for Dingler. Handcuffs him, and the runner will reach, and Central will have a base runner aboard. Dingler originally broke to the bag, which is his left side. He then had to go back to his right, and once the ball got to him, it handcuffed him a little bit, and he just could not make a play on it. So Musek is over at first base, and I'm sure that's going to be ruled an error. And that will bring up number 30, Davis Smith. He is the designated hitter here in game two. 1 on, 1 out. Smith in the box for the Lions. Pitch on the way from Holiday. That one bounces up there. Good stop by Allred to keep it in front of him. Ball one. Cedartown and Central tied in the series at 1 game apiece. Cedartown picking up the win on Tuesday night by a final of 1-0. Runner thought about going. Pitch is way outside. Allred able to get a glove on it and stop it from reaching the backstop. And the count is now 2 balls and no strikes.
Tim, I think if he goes, he's probably going to have it swiped, so he probably kind of wishes he had committed to the steal. There's a pickoff attempt. Good job there by Dingler to hold it in front of the bag. 2-0 with 1 out here in the top of the first. Central and Cedartown scoreless.
Pitch on the way from Holiday. Runner goes. Throw down to second base from Allred, and that's going to wind up in center field. It was to the third base side of second base for Caleb Formby, and he was unable to make a grab. Rolls into center field, but Tony Ware is there for the backup and the throw in, and Musek has the base swiped and will hold at second base.
Honestly, really think he, even though he did have trouble with it, he also didn't have a very good angle to throw it either.
You are exactly right. It's the count now 2 balls, 1 strike on Smith. X checks the runner at second, now comes home with the pitch, and that one's fired in there for strike number 2. And Allred almost overthrows Holiday. So the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Davis Smith, the DH for this Lions squad. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way. That one's outside. Ball 3. So the count now full again. And for the second straight batter, X Holiday is going to have to throw a payoff pitch. Corbin Dietrich standing on deck for Central. X the look in. Payoff pitch on the way. Breaking ball upstairs. Ball 4. So after a quick and exciting first strikeout,
to say the least.
Yep, the runner or the batter there walks, and the runners are now at first and second. Musek over at second base was able to reach on an error. Smith, courtesy of a walk, and that will bring up the big, tall Corbin Dietrich, the first baseman for the Lions, who was also the closer in game 1 of the doubleheader. Runner goes from third, and he is going to be in there safely. So Musek moves from second to third, and Central is in business here with a runner at third and only one out. Smith stays put over at first base. Allred will come in and give some signs, signal to the defense what they want him to do, and we're ready to go back to work now with Central with runners on the corner and one out. Dietrich digs in. X, the pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Yes, dropped it in there for a strike.
I thought it might have been a bit high, and I think Central thought it was too. But
I'll tell you this.
We'll take it.
I don't think it could have been any higher and called a strike. How about that? 1-1 the count, pitch on the way. That one's behind Dietrich. Good stop there by Allred, and the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Sam, I had some of that homemade chili between games, and it was everything I would have ever hoped for.
2-1 the count, pitch on the way from Holiday. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I had some banana pudding during game 1. I just didn't let y'all know about it. I sat over there on the couch, kept my mouth shut, other than taking bites of pudding. I was good to go.
Well, I appreciate the courtesy.
You are very welcome, sir. Runner goes, throw down to second base. This one's going to be a little bit better. Now they've got the runner caught up from third. The tag. Oh, and he dropped the ball. They got the throw back into Allred, who was going to have a play at the plate, and he dropped the ball on the third base line, and the runner comes home and is safe, and Central is out to a 1-0 lead with the runner over at third base and only one out.
That's just a tough situation all around right there.
Owen Jarrell came over from his spot at second base and actually cut off the throw to second and came home with it. And Allred just unable to hang on. So 2-2 now the count. Pitch on the way from Holiday. That one is fouled straight back. And Dietrich stays alive. Excuse me, the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, the pitch was a ball that was thrown towards second.
So another payoff pitch on the way from Holiday. Loses him again, ball 4. Ex-Holiday, 3 straight batters have been run to a full count, and he's lost all 3 of them, and that puts runners at the corner again with only 1 out. Luke White will come to the plate with the runner in scoring position.
Now batting for the Lions, number 17, Luke White.
White getting the start at third. Everybody kind of came in and had a quick conversation with X, and they've all retreated to their respective positions, and now we're ready to go back to work. Central on top, 1-0, top of the first inning, 2 on, 1 out. Ex-Holiday comes set, pitch on the way. Strike 1. Caught the outside part of the plate, and X is ahead in the count.
A ground ball to a middle infielder would be welcome right now.
Throw over to first, and Dietrich's not going anywhere. X looks in. Runner going from first. The throw down to second. And again, Jarrell is going to cut off the throw, and this time he just gives it right back to Holiday. So Central with runners now at second and third. The count now, no balls, 2 strikes. Two on, 1 out. 0-2 the count. Holiday comes set, looks into Allred. Pitch on the way. Fouled off to the right side. White staying alive. X is ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Allred. Ball 1. Tell you what, he's got to be careful with that rainmaker throw back to first base, or back to the pitcher.
Yes, he does.
He's very lackadaisical in getting it back to X. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit high in the air to the left side. It's going to be Brody Blackman coming in to take charge, and will make the grab and the throw into home. Runner tags at third, is there safely, and it's 2-0. Central on top. That was a high towering fly ball that Brody Blackman had to chase down from his spot over in left field.
They're going to appeal at third base
They're gonna.
He left early. He left early.
So that will be out number 3. Take the run off the board, and it's 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Cedartown trails Central here at CHS. We'll be back after a 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
We head down to the bottom half of the first inning. Central leads 1-0. 1 run, no hits allowed in that first inning, by the way. 2 Cedartown errors in that top of the first. The Bulldogs will bring to the plate. It'll be Tony Ware, Ace Allen, Xavier Holiday, followed by Samuel Formby, Owen Jarrell, and Cole Dingler. And then it's going to be Gavin Allred and Brody Blackman. There's only 8 listed on this lineup here, Sam, and I think there might be one extra that we're missing.
Rut Rowe. Well, we do know that it'll be Rhett Nelson who will get the start here in Game 2 of this doubleheader, Game 3 of the series.
Hometown Sports Radio is broadcasting this game for the Central team, and their broadcaster, longtime friend of mine, Billy, was telling me that this kid is a sophomore, but a very good right-handed pitcher. So the Dogs are going to have their hands full here in the first inning, but we'll see if the top of the order can come alive. The top of the order did pretty good in the first game. You know, Ace Allen had multiple hits. Tony Ware had a hit and a run scored. So we're hoping the top of the lineup for the Bulldogs can get something going here in the bottom half of the first inning. As you remember, Central won 6-5 in the first game of this doubleheader. Dogs won 1-0 back on Tuesday, and here we are in the rubber game. And Tony Ware, the batter, and here's Sam Branch to tell you about the bottom of the first.
Thank you, Andrew. Tony Ware will step in against Nelson. Time called for the catcher. An equipment malfunction, and it is the pitch comm that has gone wrong.
Yeah, pitch comm has made its way into high school baseball, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the world we live in.
Just wait till the pitch clock comes into high school baseball.
Now we're ready to go. Ware stands in. And the pitch is on the way from Nelson. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1. And very quickly it looks like Blakeman is going to go out and have a conversation with Nelson.
Wonder if their signs got crossed up there. I think he threw that big high breaking ball, and I don't think Blakeman was expecting that.
I don't think so.
So
either.
Perhaps they've got to get their signs together.
Defensively for Central in the outfield, it'll be Culverhouse, Ivester, and Lambert from left to right. And then you've got White, Williamson, Musek, and Dietrich. Third to first. 1-0 the count on the Bulldogs center fielder. Pitch is on the way, and that one's in there for called strike 1. Good looking pitch there from Nelson, and the count is now even. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the leadoff batter for the Bulldogs, Tony Ware. Pitch on the way, and that one is tattooed to center field. He gave it a good ride. The center fielder is going back, gone!
It's off the top of the wall.
Off the top of the wall. My goodness.
If the batter's eye is not there,
that one is long gone. Tony Ware giving one a ride to deep center, and the Dogs have a runner at second, and that will bring up Ace Allen.
That's the first time in a long time I've seen a baseball hit the top of that wall there. The batter's eye wall is about maybe twice, maybe a little bit more than twice as tall as the regular wall. Probably 20 feet high, I would imagine. And it hit right off the top of the wall. That's a home run about 3 years ago. But now it's a double off the wall. And now Ace Allen. That's good to see, though. Tony Ware, who's been kind of struggling at the plate a little bit of late, gets that big double up the middle. And we'll see if Ace Allen can keep the ball rolling here, trailing 1-0.
First pitch on the way from Nelson, and out is dropped in there for strike one.
That was a good pitch.
That was a very good pitch there from the sophomore hurler from Central. So Allen steps back in, ready to go. Another sophomore, this time in the Bulldog uniform. And the pitch is on the way, and that one is in the dirt. It's going to get past Blakeman, and Tony Ware is going to move up easily. If you missed game one and you're just now tuning in and you're on the radio, Cedartown wearing their home cream uniforms that we absolutely love, with the Bulldog script in red across the chest with red numbers, red pinstripe down the pants, and Central in their maroon and white pinstripe. White caps, pitch on the way. That one is outside, ball two. I tell you, I love our cream uniforms, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Those maroon pinstripes are some sharp-looking unis.
The Central's does look pretty good. I think they're even like a gray pinstripe. So definitely a unique look. Both pants and jersey, same color.
That one's hit up the middle. Chopper to the shortstop. He's going to charge. Fire on to first for out number one. But Tony Ware with a big leadoff double comes around to score, and we are tied at one apiece here in the bottom of the first inning. The Dogs wasting no time at all to push out some offense, and we have tied it back up, but the bases are now empty, and that will bring up Cedartown's Xavier Holiday. Holiday getting the start on the mound here in game two. He comes to the plate, ready to do work against Nelson. First pitch on the way. That one's in there, strike one. Holiday back set now. 0-1 the count, pitch on the way. Breaking ball just missed, ball one. One ball, one strike. Nobody on, one out, one run already across. Pitch on the way. That one's hit to the right side, but foul. So X is now behind in the count. One ball, two strikes.
This game, you know, in the first game of this doubleheader, it was really kind of, you do this, I'll do this. It was kind of answer for everything that was done until the very last of the game. And so far, the Dogs have kind of matched what Central's done.
1-2 on the way. That one's hit to the left side, and that gets down. It's trouble, and it is. It's going to go almost all the way to the wall. Holiday is rounding first, and he will be in there with a one-out double. Holiday. Again, the bat's coming alive for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the first, and we've got another runner on and only one out.
Second double of the inning, this time from X Holiday, helping himself in these calls, and now Samuel Formby, the right fielder, will be the batter. X Holiday, of course, will stay out there to run for himself with his speed.
I think they were talking about it. X was looking over into the dugout.
He's going to be relieved.
Yep, he will, and it will be number 11, which I believe is Yarber.
Yep, Jacob Yarber.
So Yarber comes in to run for Holiday, with X being the starting pitcher. Don't want to get him too gassed. So that'll bring up number 6, Samuel Formby. Formby comes to the plate with one on, one out. One run already aboard. We know that Formby can hit the ball.
Yep, he's the only one on the team with a home run so far this year.
Also had a big double back, 2 games ago, and since Cedartown's win over Central in game one of this series.
Yeah, his double set the table for his younger twin brother to drive him in for the one and only run in that ball game, and it was enough.
He said, anything you can do, I can do better.
That's right.
First pitch on the way from Nelson. Breaking ball gets it in there for strike one. That's a good-looking pitch from that young man.
Sure was. That big hook is really seems to be his bread and butter, dropping it from high atop the mountain, and it just kind of swoops into the zone.
0-1 the count, checks the runner, pitch on the way. That one's hit to the right side. It's a chopper to Dietrich. The big first baseman ranges over and is safe. Formby beats out Nelson covering first base. And Cedartown now with runners on the corner and only one out. I tell you, Formby came out of that box flying.
Yeah, he did. Close play over at first base. Really, I thought the call could have gone either way, but again, the pitcher was not there in time to cover because the bouncing ball pulled the first baseman away. And there's Dalen Holiday.
He'll be DHing for the Dogs here in game 2. So Holiday comes to the plate with runners on the corner and one out.
Yeah, Dalen had a pretty good ball game, but he did just miss a couple of big hits. He had a couple of RBIs.
First pitch on the way to Holiday. Buzzes the tower. Up and in, ball 1. Holiday comes set. 1-0 to count, and the throw over to first base, and Formby is back safely. So 1 ball, no strikes to count on Holiday, the DH for the Dogs. Pitch on the way, and that one is low, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strike to count on Cedartown's Dalen Holiday, the DH. Nelson, the look into Blakeman. Formby takes his lead over at first. Yarber, the pinch runner over at third. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled back, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on Holiday. Two and 1 the count. Holiday could give the Dogs the lead with 1 big swing of the bat, and we know he can do it. Nelson looks in, throw over to first base, Formby back in time. They are going to keep a close eye on him because you know with the speed of Formby and with the power of Holiday, if Formby is at second base and Holiday can get one in a gap, that would easily score 2. Central trying to limit things in damage control here. Bottom of the first inning, runner goes high, breaking ball up in the zone, misses, no throw down to second base, and the Bulldogs are in business with runners now at second and third and still just 1 out, and the count now 3 balls, 1 strike on Holiday.
Cedartown had a chance in the first inning of game 1, had the bases loaded. Dogs are hoping to be able to score some more with runners on base here.
Nelson the pitch. That one is fouled back, and Holiday will stay alive. Looks like it maybe called either a little bit of the catcher or the home plate umpire, but both of them look good to go, so we'll dig back in. Full count now on Holiday. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson comes set. Payoff, pitch on the way. And fouled again right at the plate. Bounces up. I think that one did catch a little bit Blakeman as the home plate umpire is walking a new baseball out to Nelson.
Sam, do you remember the first time we saw Dalen have an at-bat? What a great at-bat it was.
Absolutely.
He was fighting. He was fouling pitches off and staying alive. And
in the JV game right before that game, he hit a monster shot to the right side, got down, and he had a double. It went all the way to the wall. So you know that not only does he have power, but he also has patience, and he is a good hitter up there at the plate. He's got to look at another payoff pitch here, though. 3-2 pitch on the way, lifted to the left side, and that one's going to get out of play. Another long foul ball by Holiday.
He is battling.
Nelson already up to 26 pitches through 5 batters. 14 of the 26 have found the strike zone. Holiday gets ready. Payoff pitch on the way. That one's way outside, and Holiday draws a 1-out walk, and the bases are full of Dogs. And a bat that's coming up that the Central Lions do not want to see with the bases juiced, and it's going to be Cole Dingler. But first we'll have a meeting on the mound between Blakeman, Nelson, and Dietrich.
Yeah, in the first game of this doubleheader, Cole Dingler almost hit a ball out of the ballpark.
If I'm not mistaken, Chief Jamie Newsom said that he made the catch with his fanny on the fence. That's how far he hit it.
That's exactly what he said. And it's true. I mean, that's exactly what happened.
That was right before I got here, but I did get to hear that on the radio. So that'll bring up Cole Dingler.
That's one of those situations where you can use your imagination on what actually happened, and that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. So Dingler, the first baseman for the Dogs, comes to the plate with the bases full, 1 out, 1 run already across, and that one's inside, but it does catch part of the plate for strike 1. Tell you what, Dingler really had to back off of the plate there. So he's behind in the count, 0-1 against Nelson. Pitch on the way. And that one's behind Dingler.
Wow.
Blakeman making a good grab there.
Saved a run.
That would have given the Bulldogs the lead. But instead, it's an even count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases juiced and Nelson not wasting any time at all. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one is upstairs, ball 2. So the Bulldogs senior first baseman ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. I can't think of a better bat to be in this situation than Cole Dingler. Nelson will step off and he'll ask for time and be granted. So he's good to go now. And we're ready to go back. 2-1 the count, pitch on the way. And that one is lifted to the right side. It is slicing foul, and it will be foul.
I'll tell you what, if that was if he was able to time that a little bit better, and that ball slices down fair, 2 runs are in, and Dingler is standing at second base because the right fielder was nowhere near that ball.
Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way to Dingler, and that one catches the inside part of the plate. Strike 3 out looking.
That was a good pitch.
Can't do much with that one. So Dingler down on strikes, and that will bring up the catcher, Gavin Allred. Allred comes to the plate again with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Jacob Yarber, the pitch runner over at third base. Samuel Formby at second. Dalen Holiday at first. First pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1. Low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That one's outside, ball 2. Two and 0 the count. All ready to go. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike on the Bulldogs backstop. Nelson comes set. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So the Dogs have loaded him up, and now we're down to our final strike. We've scored 1 to tie it, but we have a golden opportunity here to jump out and take the lead.
Nelson's going to throw the same pitch. He's got a swing and a miss on both of them.
2-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Fouled off to the backstop, and Allred stays alive.
That's precisely what he did, and Allred able to adjust a bit, and he fought it off.
So the count remains 2-2. Long look in by Nelson. Now the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Bulldogs will leave them loaded. It's 1-1 as we go to the top of the second inning. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back as we head to the second inning. Cedartown and Central tied 1-1. Dogs left the bases loaded in the bottom half of the first inning, unable to get anything going there. Really, it's almost a carbon copy of Game 1. The Dogs left the bases loaded in the first inning of the first game today. And let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us as X Holiday continues to swarm out tosses. But Sam, hoping the Bulldogs can get some timely hitting with runners in scoring position, which we weren't able to do in Game 1.
No, and really we've struggled with that throughout the season. When we've gotten runners aboard, it's hard to bring them home. And that was a perfect opportunity for the Dogs to not only grab the lead, but really extend this one and take control back of Game 2. But instead we leave the bases loaded, and it is tied up 1-1. And that will bring up Culverhouse playing over in left field for the Lions. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Culverhouse, Blakeman, and Lambert. Top of the second inning here from Cedartown High School. 1-1 is your score, and X Holiday delivers a called strike one. So Holiday ahead in the count. Got a big first out in the top of the first that came along with a little bit of fireworks, and now Holiday is going to go back to work. This one is hit to the right side and past Dingler and past the diving Gerald, and that one will reach right field to Formby, and the Lions have the leadoff man aboard. Roy Blakeman, the catcher, will come to the plate with the runner over at first and nobody out. Kind of hit it into no man's land over there. Too far for Dingler, too far for Gerald. The throw over to first base, and Culverhouse is back safely. And Holiday looks in, and we're ready to go to work. Pitch on the way, runner goes. Throw down to second from Allred. Oh, and he dropped the ball, did Formby. He delivered a strike, did Allred to Formby. He had him dead to rights, and he just dropped the baseball. It never really came to rest really in his glove, just could not make a good squeeze on it, and the runner will stand at second base.
Unfortunate mistake there by the Bulldogs. Formby usually plays over at second base, but he's experienced in the middle of the infield, so it's definitely a mistake he doesn't normally make.
So Holiday stands in. The pitch was a strike, so 0-1 the count. That one is way inside. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Roy Blakeman. Holiday looks set, checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one's upstairs. Ball 2.
Yeah, the breaking ball there. A bit too much.
Didn't break enough. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Holiday, pitch on the way. That one is lifted to the left side, but that one is going to get out of play and fouled. Again with X on the mound. Caleb Formby, like you said, Andrew, normally plays over at second base, but he is covering shortstop with Ace Allen playing third base.
And X pitching.
Pitch on the way, and the runner will go to third. The throw down, and he just throws it past Ace Allen, and that one is going to score a run. Culverhouse stole second, stole third, steals home, and the Lions are on top 2-1. If you could sum up the way that our season has gone so far, that was it right there.
Yeah, that's it. You're right. Full count.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Blakeman is down on strikes, and he is the first out of the inning for Central. And that will bring up Tucker Lambert. Lambert starting over in right field. He comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out with 1 run already across. First pitch on the way from Holiday. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. X has got a battle here, and he knows it. The senior leadership for the Bulldogs on the mound. Working quickly. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Another swing and a miss from Lambert. Strike 2.
Well, it comes down to this, and I know that we're still early in this ball game, Sam, but you lost the second game of the series. You still have a chance to win the series and move on.
0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Maybe high. I'm not sure, but he just missed either way.
And there's still a lot of baseball left to be played in this game. But you got to limit the mistakes. Already 4 errors on the Bulldogs.
That one missed inside, ball 2.
Not by much.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Lambert. X comes set. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3, and Lambert is retired on strikes, and that's the second out of the inning. And it'll be the bottom of the order in the 9 spot, Jake Ivester. Ivester playing in the center field spot for Central. He comes to the plate with the bases empty and 2 outs. X stepped off for a moment. Now he's back on and ready to go. And the pitch is on the way. Another swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Ivester.
I think X has finally found his groove here.
Finding a little bit of rhythm for the Bulldogs hurler. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Just missed, ball 1.
Yeah, it was a little bit low. Little bit low.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. Pitch on the way from Holiday. Big cut and a miss, strike 2. Tell you what, X is not messing around.
No, sir.
Here with the bottom of the order. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Ivester. Pitch on the way. That one's hit up the middle. Gerald is going to range to his left. Grabs it. A long throw to first. The stretch by Dingler, and we drop it again. Another base runner aboard for Central. We'll see if they charge that one as an error.
That's a tough play.
It was going to be a big stretch from Dingler over at first. Gerald had to range all the way over to his right side, almost even with the bag. And we're waiting on the scoring coming from Game Changer as we go back to the top of the order. Runner goes. Allred not able to get a throw down to second off, and so Ivester moves up to second base, and they are going to charge it as an error. 5 errors on the Bulldogs already, and we're only in the top of the second inning. Max Williamson up to bat for Central. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch on the way. Strike 1 called. One on, 2 outs. One run already aboard. Central with a 2-1 lead. X checks the runner at second. He's going to third. Swing and a miss. The throw down. And it's over Ace Allen. And we are going to have another run scored. Three to 1. The throw down from Gavin Allred was over the head of Ace Allen, who was trying to make a leaping grab. Couldn't get it. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strike on Williamson with 2 runs across here in the top of the second. Pitch on the way from Holiday, and that one misses, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on, pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side and foul. This is, okay, so Williamson, I guess, was thrown out, because this is Woodside, Tyler Woodside.
Yeah, Woodside played in the first game.
2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Actually, foul tipped it into the glove, but either way, that is finally out number 3. The Lions strike for 2 as we go to the bottom of the second. The Dogs trail 3-1. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the GHSA.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to the Dog Pound. The Cedartown Bulldogs now trail 3-1. Dogs have had some big mistakes in the past inning. 6 errors for the Bulldogs through an inning and a half. And we trail 3-1. Bulldogs will bring to the plate, it looks to be number 2, Caleb Formby, then Brody Blackman, and then back to the top of the order with Tony Ware. Bulldogs got to answer defensive issues in the top half of the inning, allowing 2 unearned runs to score.
First pitch on the way from Nelson to Formby. Big breaking ball, hangs up upstairs, ball 1.
So far, he's struck out 2 batters and walked 1.
Pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side, but foul. So the count now even on the Bulldogs shortstop, Caleb Formby. Look in from Nelson. And the pitch is on the way. Outside, ball 2. The SEC tournament continuing tonight. South Carolina already picked up a win over Arkansas, 80-66. Mississippi State knocks off LSU by 10, 70-60. Pitch on the way, and that one is lifted to center field. It's going to be Ivester with a chance. He will range to his left for out number 1 against Caleb Formby. Ole Miss and Texas A&M in action right now. The Aggies lead the Rebels 54-45. And the nightcap, starting in about 40 minutes from now, will be Georgia and Florida.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 7, Brody
So
Blackman.
South Carolina will advance to take on Auburn tomorrow at 3:30. And Mississippi State will do battle with the Tennessee Volunteers. First pitch on the way to Brody Blackman, catches the outside part of the plate, strike 1.
Yeah, Georgia had some issues with Missouri, who went winless in regular season SEC play. So tough task for the Georgia Bulldogs with Florida.
Chop to the left side, third base side, and that is foul. So Blackman in the hole, 0-2. Tennessee with the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament, followed by Kentucky, Alabama, and Auburn. They all will play their first games of the tournament tomorrow. We are just 3 days away from Selection Sunday.
And are you ready to send out the brackets?
Can I do it tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Please do.
You will get the email hopefully tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it.
0-2 the count on the Bulldogs left fielder Brody Blackman. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side and foul. Blackman with a good game yesterday. Had a couple of hits and an RBI. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, he would go 2 for 3 with an RBI.
You are correct. First ever hit as a varsity player and first RBI as a varsity player.
He's behind 0-2 here, and that one catches the outside part of the plate for strike 3, and Blackman is down on strikes looking for the second out.
That's a tough call right there, very tough. Tony Ware back to the top. He blasted one to straightaway center field. It hit off the top of the batter's eye.
Now batting for the Bulldogs.
The Atlanta
number
Braves
14,
fell to the Tampa Bay
Tony
Rays earlier today in spring training by a final score of 3-1.
I'm ready for some Braves baseball to start up.
Breaking ball falls in there, strike one.
That was a good one. Nothing in one the count here. We're bottom half of the second inning. Base is empty.
Long look in from Nelson. Now the pitch on the way to the Bulldogs center fielder. That breaking ball stays upstairs. Count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Other scores in spring training. The Phillies defeated the Red Sox 6-1. The Tigers pick up a win over the Yankees 7-0. Yay.
Yay.
The Mets and the Cardinals ended in a 0-0 tie as that one misses outside, ball 2. The Twins knocked off the,
I can support that score.
The Twins fell to the Blue Jays 5-1. The Orioles pick up another win. They are just red hot here in spring training. We'll see how much that holds over into the regular season. They defeated Pittsburgh 5-2. 2-1 count, pitch on the way. That one's lifted up, but it will get into foul territory behind us here. And the count will be even on Tony Ware, who is 1 for 1 with a run scored.
Well, I'll tell you, the Orioles just got the lease renewed on their ballpark. One of the best parks, I think, in Major League Baseball.
I could not agree with you more. I've not been to a game there, but I've ridden by it several times in Camden Yards. It's just a cool place. 2-2 the count, pitch on the way, called strike 3, and the Dogs are down on strikes as we will go to the top of the third inning. 3-1 is your score. The Dogs trail. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball here on the Big AA as we head to the top half of the third inning. 3 runs on only 1 hit for Central, 1 run on 3 hits, and 6 errors for the Bulldogs. And we're back on defense, and we're hoping for a much quicker and cleaner inning for X Holiday and the Bulldogs. X has pitched pretty well. He's struck out 4 batters, only walked 2. All 3 of the runs are unearned. So you can't fault X Holiday. There's been a few defensive lapses behind him, but hopefully the Dogs have gotten that out of their system, and we can move on to the rest of the ball game and maybe come back and win this thing.
Would you maybe even say maybe we could ramble on?
Because you were born a rambling man?
Buddy, I was born a rambling man.
Yeah.
I was telling Andrew during the break.
Were you born in the back
seat of a Greyhound bus rolling down Highway 41?
Okay.
If that song does not conjure up memories of John Branch for me, my dad was a huge fan of the Allman Brothers. So much to the point we actually played that song at his memorial service.
Fittingly so.
First pitch on the way from Holiday, and that is a swing and a miss, strike 1. So X is quickly ahead in the count, and I tell you another thing, X is beginning to settle into a rhythm as well. He's working pretty quickly. That one misses, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Musek. And you like to see what X is kind of settling into here. We just need it to continue and have a quick third inning. Pitch on the way. That one's lifted to the right side. Formby's going to have to make a charge in, and it's going to drop in front of him for a little bloop single to the right side. And once again, Central has the leadoff man aboard.
Only their second hit. So a leadoff base runner on the little flare shot, and that's been kind of the story of the game so far. Little bit of this, a little bit of that, and Central leads 3-1, and they've got a leadoff man on board with nobody out. And here's Smith. Smith walked his last time up.
Davis Smith, the designated hitter for Central, stands in, and the first pitch on the way shows bunt. And Allred was ready to fire it away, loses the baseball. Luckily, the runner stayed put over at first in Musek. So no harm, no foul there, but the count is 1 ball, no strikes on Smith. Central showing they're not afraid to play a little small ball.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's running here. Wouldn't shock me a bit.
The runner goes, pitch on the way, and that one's hit right back to Holiday, and that hit off of him, and he is hurt. X goes to the ground. The runners are safe at first and second, and time is called as that one was hit right back where it came from, and it hit X. And he is on the ground, and he's hurting.
He's in pain.
Coaching staff on their way out to check on him.
All the coaching staff is out there to check on him.
He's now sat up. He's on his butt now. He was laid back on his on his back. They're checking his ankle, I believe. And they are settling in, checking on X. It doesn't look good, though.
Calling the trainer out. Our trainer is kind of splitting time between the soccer game and the baseball game, and he's coming down here to check on X Holiday. X is up.
He's up and walking, but man, it did not look good. But Holiday is back up, and here comes the trainer, Ben Truitt.
Yeah,
he's going to jog out and check on X. I tell you, it did not look good, though. It hit somewhere off of his ankle, off of his knee. Carson, could you tell a little bit better? I definitely think it made contact somewhere between the knee and the ankle, so the calf would make sense. And it looks like they're attending to his right foot, right ankle area. Yep, and they've just pulled his pants leg up a little bit over the top of his shoe to see if they can get a better look at it. And I don't think it's good. The pitching coach, Josh Smith, was signaling over to the Bulldogs dugout to get somebody up in the pen throwing. X is trying to walk it off, and he is limping mightily. Stopping there at the pitcher's mound, surrounded by his coaching staff and a lot of his teammates. The whole infield is there. The outfield has come in as well.
I honestly don't really know how he can continue.
I don't think you let him. I think regardless of whether he thinks he can go or not, I think as a precautionary measure you have to pull him. But he is getting up on the pitcher's mound on the rubber, and my guess is they're going to let him throw one or two just to see what he feels like. Allred coming back, he'll crouch down behind the home plate, and X is going to throw one.
It looks like he's
putting weight on it, that is for sure. And it is his plant foot that was being attended to. So that back right foot, and I think Coach Johnson's telling him, hey, bud,
nope,
you can't go. And there's the call. So X Holiday is going to be done for the night after being hit on the right ankle by just a line drive right back up the middle that came from Smith. So Holiday goes 2 innings. So far, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, but the 2 folks on base belong to him.
X has just had a tough time this year. You know, earlier in the season in the Rockmart game, he was pulled due to a sore elbow, and we're glad that didn't turn out to be anything. But, gosh, we certainly hope that there's no damage to that ankle. And, you know, as a pitcher, you got to have both good ankles, especially that plant foot. Looks like Owen Pilgrim is going to come in to pitch for him, and he'll have all the time he needs to warm up. So we're going to take a break here. Cedartown trails 3-1 to Central. We've got nobody out and 2 aboard back after this 60-second break. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Cedar Stream, the industry leader in screen printed apparel. They offer screen printing, embroidery, and signs and banners. At Cedar Stream, they have a fully automated screen printing facility here in Cedartown with the ability to efficiently and effectively distribute products all over the United States. Cedar Stream is a local family-run business with a big vision. Contact Cedar Stream today to find out what they can do for you. 800-686-7488 or cedarstream.com. Cedar Stream, shirts, it's what we do.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back. The Dogs are forced to go to Owen Pilgrim after X Holiday had to leave the game after taking a line drive off of his plant foot. And Owen is still warming up here. And gosh, I tell you what, this game has gone from ugly to uglier with that possible injury for X Holiday, and you just feel so bad for him because, gosh, he's been through so much. You know, he's dealt with injuries in years past, and that one injury at the beginning of the year, and now potentially this one. So we sure hope for the best for X Holiday as Owen Pilgrim will take over on the mound.
Yep, and we are here in the top of the third inning, and we're already a full hour into this ball game. It is slowly rambling by.
Nicely done.
That's all I got.
Nicely done.
It is senior night for Cedartown soccer up the hill. I'm not sure what the scores are, but both of...
I can tell you the girls' score. Cedartown Lady Dogs beat Haralson County 10-0.
Wow.
In senior night, and so they had a good night. Boys are playing now, are either about to end playing. So here we go with runners go.
And do you expect anything else?
I did not.
Wasted no time, and so the runners move up. So Musek now stands at third base. Smith stands at second, and Dietrich is the batter.
And the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
1-0 the count.
Central would
big first baseman, Dietrich. That kid's tall.
He is tall.
Everybody's tall compared to me, but that guy's...
No, he's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's a big guy. Big guy. Infield playing in on the grass. Pitch on the way to Dietrich, misses, ball 2.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Atlanta's first baseman.
Olson?
Olson. Kind of looks like Olson. Maybe Olson may have a little bit more meat on his bones.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's fouled off, so...
But Olson, sorry.
No,
I was going to say Olson and Freeman are two very big people.
Yes, they are.
When I went to spring training a few years ago, Freddie Freeman walked by me, and I had to look up at him, and I'm 6 feet tall. So he's a pretty big guy.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim, and that one is outside, ball 3. You know who also was a really big first baseman?
Ryan Klesko?
I was going to go with Adam Dunn.
Adam Dunn,
do you remember that guy?
I do.
Golly, he was big. He was a big tater over there at first base. 3-1 the count on Dietrich. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one is fouled off, so the count now full. I mean, he was like country boy, strong and big. Played for the Reds, right? Memory serves me correctly.
Played for the Reds. Didn't he come to Atlanta for a little while?
A very brief stint, I believe. Pitch on the way, and that one is lifted back and foul again, so the count stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. And speaking of Reds first basemen, did you see where Joey Votto has signed a minor league contract?
I did. But did you see the even better news that came out today?
I did see that. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side and foul again.
Welcome back to Braves country, Adam Duvall.
One of my favorites.
I love Adam Duvall.
I love that guy.
Signed for a one-year deal. Yep. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see that. Hope he makes the big club, and I think he will.
I think he will, too. And he will make a phenomenal part of that outfield.
I will never forget that grand slam he hit in Game 5 of the World Series.
Payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. So Dietrich will jog down to first base, and Owen Pilgrim issues a walk to the first batter that he faces, and that will bring up now White. So the third baseman 0 for 1 comes to the plate with the bases loaded and 2, nobody out. Come on. I was hoping and praying and wishing. And
the good news is, though, force at every base.
That's right.
And the infielders are playing in.
That was high and tight, ball 1. Pilgrim having difficulty locating the strike zone early, but he hasn't made many appearances this year so far. So it might take him a little bit to settle in, but he's going to have to do so in a hurry with the bases juiced full of Lions. Pitch on the way, and that one is drilled to the left side, but it's going to be Blackman coming in to make the grab, and the throw will come in. The runner will tag at third, hits the cutoff man in Ace Allen, and Musek scores easily from third. Nobody else moves up, but it's now 4-1, Central on top.
You know, you can argue of whether or not that ball should have been cut off. I don't think the play would have been in time, to be honest with you. It would have been close, but if you don't cut the ball off, you got runners at first and third. So I think that was the reasoning behind that play. So,
that'll bring up Culverhouse.
Yep.
He comes to the plate with runners at first and second and 1 out. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim, and they're called strike 1. Good pitch there by Owen.
At least we have an out now, and that's we needed a big first out. And at this point in the ball game, 4-1, I'll sacrifice the run for an out.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one stays upstairs.
Apparently mufflers are
just not a thing anymore.
Not a thing
They're
anymore.
not popular right now. They'll come back. Everything comes back. Pilgrim stands in, pitch on the way. And called in there for a called strike.
1-2.
So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Culverhouse.
This is a Fox News alert.
Degrees
in
Pitch
Cedartown.
on the way, and that one is
Skies are
lifted
going to
foul.
be partly to mostly cloudy tonight with a slight chance of a
Just
shower
hit escape.
at midnight. Moving into Friday, it's going
Hit
to
escape on the
definitely be
keyboard.
cloudy. You'll need the umbrella
Escape,
once
escape,
showers
escape.
and storms get started. They'll be with us off and on through the rest of the day and into the evening. Highs will
There's your
still
weather
get close to
forecast.
70
Yeah, just in
degrees
case you
on
want to hear
In
it.
case you wanted to know.
All right. No touching the keyboard during the broadcast.
And hit to the left side, and that one is going to be through. The run is going to come in from second base to score, and it's going to be 5-1. Central on top. Culverhouse delivers an RBI single. Dietrich moves up to second, and Smith scored from second. So it is now 5-1. Runners once again at first and second, and still 1 out. It'll be Roy Blakeman to the plate. The Lions backstop. And the Dogs are struggling here in the top of the third inning. 2 runs already across. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. In there called strike 1. Good pitch there by the young man, who has come in relief of X Holiday. Pitch on the way. That one is lifted to center field. Tony Ware's going to have to make a run on it. He will drift over to his right, makes the grab, and the throw will come in, and nobody will advance as Dietrich thought about it from second, but then thought better and stopped, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And it'll bring up the number 8 spot in Tucker Lambert. Lambert to the plate. Runners at first and second, and 2 outs. Hearing the sirens going down the road. Did you happen to see all of the lights off of East Avenue last night on your way home?
I did not. That's fouled away to the left side, 0-1.
It's in the area like SD Street and stuff, maybe kind of in that area on the left side.
Didn't see it.
The only reason why I saw it is because there was an ambulance parked very close to East Avenue that was backing out as I was leaving. So hopefully nothing going on too fancy over there. Here, though, the Dogs trail 5-1 against the Central Lions in the top of the third inning. Dietrich at second, Culverhouse at first, and Tucker Lambert. I wonder if he's any relation to Miranda. Pitch on the way. And that one is lifted to the right side. Should be playable for Cole Dingler. A long run in foul territory. Formby comes over. And what a snag by Samuel Formby. goes to the ground, back towards fair territory, makes the grab, and that will be out number 3. Central strands 2, but they score 2. It's 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back to Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big Double A. A tough inning, to say the very least, for the Bulldogs, losing Holiday to what might be an injury. We don't know all the details of course. 2 runs came across for Central. It's still only 5-1, so definitely not too far out of reach yet, but we got an answer here.
First pitch on the way to Ace Allen. Breaking ball in there, swinging strike 1.
He was way off kilter on that swing there on the breaking ball.
2, 3, and 4 due up for the Dogs. Allen 0 for 1 with an RBI. Pitch on the way. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
What they need to do, what Cedartown needs to do, Sam, and I think you would agree with this, they've just got to change the momentum of this. Somebody's got to take up the slack and look and just get something going. Momentum can change on a dime.
Swing and a miss, strike 2 from Ace Allen.
And that won't do it, swinging at ball 2.
That was another big hooking breaking ball.
And don't give the other team outs.
No.
Swings like that, swinging at pitches like that, that'll give the other team strikes and give the other team outs. You just got to earn something. That's in the dirt for ball 2, Sam.
When I was talking to Samuel and Caleb Formby's grandmother over the weekend, and we were talking about things, and I said, I think their biggest thing, it's right here. It's right between the ears.
Yeah.
That's what gets in the way a lot of times for these kids, and they've just got to learn to rally and overcome that. 2-2 the pitch on Allen. That one's upstairs, ball 3. Aces run the count full.
Having an even keel is very important in this game. And, the example I can look at for even keel is the 1991 Atlanta Braves. That was the most even keel team I've ever seen.
Payoff pitch on the way to Allen. That one is inside, almost hitting ball 4. So Ace Allen will draw a leadoff walk and jog down to first base.
Yeah, good job there by Ace, Sam. He had a couple of bad swings, was able to recover and get aboard. And you got to get runners aboard to come back.
Yes, you do. So that will bring up Owen Pilgrim, who has come in to replace X Holiday. He will bat for himself in the number 3 spot now for the Dogs with Ace Allen over at first base. Do you just lay down a bunt here and see if you can move the runner over? Pilgrim hasn't.
Coach Johnson's never afraid to do that.
Hasn't been able to swing the bat a lot because he hasn't seen a lot of action. We'll see what he does. Throw over to first base, and he is back safely.
In some ways, bunting is harder than swinging.
Yeah, I agree. Long look in from Nelson to Blakeman. Now the pitch on the way. He will show bunt. Takes called strike 1. So Pilgrim now behind, 0-1 on the count.
Carson Tanner's enjoying that homemade chili. It's good, isn't it? It's good stuff. Had mine during the break between the 2 games.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. That was ball 1, but it's now strike 2. High in the zone. So 0-2 the count on Pilgrim. Ace Allen over at first base. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning, Dogs trail by 4, 5-1 as the throw over to first base. Allen back safely.
Well, not only do you lose Axe Holiday as a great pitcher, but you also lose a weapon in the lineup. He is one of your better hitters and the batting average leader for this Bulldog team, and he's not able to play right now.
Called strike 3 on Owen Pilgrim. Wow. And so Pilgrim down on strikes. That's the first out of the inning, and that will bring up the right fielder Samuel Formby, who made a heck of a grab to end the top of the third for Central. And you also you lose that weapon in the lineup, Andrew, but you also lose that speed on the base pads in Holiday.
Absolutely.
Just an all-around great part of this Cedartown lineup as Nelson throws over to Dietrich at first, but Allen back safely. They're keeping a close eye on Ace. They're not going to give up anything easily either as Formby steps out. And now he's back ready to go. Nelson to look into Blakeman. And now we'll step off. We had time called, and I'm not quite sure why, and now we're ready to go. So Nelson. And that one is hit up the middle, but the second baseman is going to make a stabbing grab to flip to second, and that's the only play that they're going to have. And Ace Allen is out at second base, although Andrew Carter is signaling him safe.
Play.
I tell you what, Musek had to make a stabbing grab to keep that one in the infield, and he was able to do so. The flip to Woodside was in time. And Ace Allen thrown out at second base, and Samuel Formby will be over at first base, but with 2 outs and Dalen Holiday coming to the plate. Holiday, a battle in his first at bat and would eventually walk. He would be one of those base runners that was left aboard with the bases loaded. Now he comes to the plate with 1 on and 2 outs, and the runner was going, but that one is fouled back. So the count now 0-1 on Holiday as he falls behind, and Formby coming back from second base. Holiday ready to go to work. Nelson, the look into Blakeman. Formby takes his lead over at first. A big lead for the Bulldogs right fielder, and the throw over to first. Ooh, back just in time is Formby.
Close.
He's taking his lead almost to that little, would you almost call it kind of the corner there?
Yeah, corner of the cutout.
Of the cutout. Not quite as big of a lead this time as he delivers that one to the right side, does Holiday, but it is foul. But I tell you what, had that one been a fair ball, it'd have been trouble. But instead, it's a long strike 2, and Holiday is now behind in the count 0-2. The umpire waiting for somebody to go get the ball, and a Central Lion will jog out from their dugout and take care of that. He'll clean things up. And Nelson is ready to go back to work. Nelson comes set, 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way to Holiday, a breaking ball that he lifts up, and it is going to be in foul territory. It's going to hold, though, for the third baseman, but he can't make a play in White. He overran it and couldn't come back and correct, so Holiday with a high foul ball that lands over just short of third base stays alive.
You know, Jamie Newsom said this in the first game. There was a situation where our batter had new life because of a play like that. So let's see if Dalen Holiday can take advantage of it.
And, you know, sometimes, Andrew, that's all you need.
That's right.
And so we'll see if Holiday is able to cash it in and connect. The count still 0-2 on the Bulldogs' DH. The throw back over to first base again to try to get Formby is not in time, and Samuel is back safely. To the count, pitch on the way to Holiday. That one's hit right back up the middle. The shortstop will charge. Gobble up and fire to first for the out. And that will do it for the Dogs. In the bottom of the third, we'll go to the top of the fourth. Cedartown trails by 4, 5-1 against the Central Lions here at Cedartown High School. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Big AA.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course. Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back as we head to the fourth. And the Cedartown Bulldogs trail by a score of 5-1. The line 5 runs on 4 hits for Central, 1 run, 3 hits, and 6 boo-boos.
And those are big boo-boos, and those boo-boos have hurt us.
Now batting for the Lions, number 10, Jake Iverson.
And that's something that the Dogs just can't afford to make, and unfortunately we've made quite a few of those tonight. So Owen Pilgrim will try to settle in for his second inning of work after coming in relief of Holiday, and it's 9-1-2 due up as Ivester looks at called strike one.
Oh.
I'm the same way. I'm just not going to say it. Ivester 0 for 1 with a run scored. Pitch on the way.
Outside. Apparently.
According to Blue, it was outside. So the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Now it's in the dirt, ball 2. I know we mentioned it last night, but just in case you weren't listening in, and you are tonight, the Peak Park Playground build will start on March the 20th and run through the 24th. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Strike 2 called. So if you are available and would like to help participate in building the new playground there, it'll be the first time that we've done this in 25-ish years. We'd love to have you be a part of that. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Called. Strike 3 over the inside corner. Owen Pilgrim battles back and gets Ivester for the first out of the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order in Woodside, the shortstop, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. If you're interested in helping with the Peak Park Playground build, you can contact City Hall. There's also a link that you can follow on the City of Cedartown's Facebook page. Just go there, see one of the posts, click the link, and sign up today. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Misses ball 1. And no, that was not a paid endorsement. That was free of charge.
Playatpeak.org.
That's it.
Is the website. You can go to register.
We're just giving them all kind of publicity.
Ball 2 high and away. Yeah, and Jamie and I talked about that in game 1.
Peak, actually. No S. Yep. Although I think I've pretty much called it Peaks Park my entire life, as that one is inside. Yep. So 3 balls.
Because technically it's called Peak Forest Park.
You are correct, yeah.
But, you know, what's in a name?
3-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1 there for Pilgrim against Woodside.
I mean,
good pitch
Cave Spring, Cave Springs.
That's right.
I mean, you look. There's road signs that say Cave Springs. Yeah, Belks.
I mean, come on. Pitch on the way. That one is lifted up. Allred will give chase, but that one is going to get out foul, so the count will go full 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Tomato, tomato.
Potato, potato. But it is going to be a week full of lots of work going on over there at the park. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the left side and deep. Blackman is going to have to turn, take a couple of steps back, and he will make the grab for out number 2.
Got to quote Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo on that. No problem, Bob.
No problem, Bob.
No problem, Bob. 2 outs.
So Woodside down on a long fly ball to left field, and that's going to bring up Musick second baseman, who is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored.
And if you don't know who Waldo Geraldo Faldo is, you did not grow up in the 90s.
Case closed. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1 there for Pilgrim. So Owen is ahead in the count here against Music.
You know, Steve Urkel, Carl Winslow, Harriet Winslow.
Pitch on the way. That one is inside, almost hits him. So the count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I want to say hello to whoever's watching the ball game below us.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way, and that one is lifted up into foul territory. Cole Dingler's going to come in right in front of the central dugout and missed it. Unable to make the grab, and so Music will stay alive, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strike.
I'll tell you, though, this through 2 outs in this inning, things have gone a lot smoother than the third inning.
Yeah, things have kind of settled in for Owen Pilgrim.
Well, we hope he can continue in that regard.
Count 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled back, and Music again.
Boy, I'll tell you, he barely got a piece of that.
I mean, by the hair of his chinny chin.
He might have fouled 1 thread of the stitch.
Just enough.
1 thread.
Pitch
1
on
little
the way.
red thread.
And again.
Same thing again.
Catches just enough of it to stay alive. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strike. The Bulldogs will be back in action next week. We will take on the Heritage Generals here at home on Tuesday. First pitch of that game is scheduled for 5:30, and then we will go on the road on March the 22nd as we take on the Generals up in Ringgold, Georgia. That one is low for a ball. So the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Friday's first game is supposed to start around 5 p.m., and then, of course, game 2 will follow after, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and that one is a swing and a miss for out number 3. We will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 5-1. The Dogs trail. The Bats need to come alive here from Cedartown High School. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Central leads Cedartown 5-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning, along with Sam Branch. Andrew Carter here with you from the Dog Pound. A good top of the inning. It was our first inning where nobody scored, and we got them 1-2-3. So that's certainly a good thing. Considering how the game began. Now the Bulldogs bats, as you mentioned, Sam, before the break, have got to come alive, and we'll see if we can do it with the middle of the order.
Yep, it will be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Dogs. Dingler all red and Formby. So Dingler comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch on the way to Dingler, and that one is high and tight, ball 1. He wanted him to smell that one. Pitch on the way from Nelson. And that one is tattooed to the left side, but the left fielder will come in and make a diving grab for the out. And they want an appeal. They think that he dropped the ball.
I think he might have trapped it.
Dingler, he wants the appeal, and Coach Johnson is going to tell him to stay put, and they're going to come in and they're going to talk about it. Not sure how much he's going to get on it.
This is a very tough play to overturn. That's the only thing. Coach Johnson wants an appeal, and the officials are going to talk about it. That's one of those areas where when you got two umpires, and the umpire's over there on the right side of the infield and the home plate umpire, they're about as far away from the call as you can. I don't think either one of them really had a good look at it. We'll see if it gets changed. They're talking about it.
Either way, Culverhouse made a heck of a play out there.
It was a great effort.
And they will confirm the out. So Dingler, although he tattooed one to the left side, he is going to be called out on a fly ball out to Culverhouse, who came in and just made a charging play on that. So it'll bring in Gavin Allred. Allred getting the start behind the plate for the Dogs.
He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout is Gavin.
First pitch on the way. In the dirt, ball 1.
The breaking ball.
Nelson still out on the mound for the Lions. Pitch on the way, and that one is lifted to the right side and foul. The count will be even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Through 3 innings, Nelson, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He has faced 15 batters and thrown 61 pitches, 40 of which have been for strikes. And that one is lifted to the right side and foul. So Allred now in a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out.
Part of that was that bases loaded situation in the first inning where the Dogs only got 1 run.
Let's go! Let's go!
I agree. Pitch on the way from Nelson, and that one is hit to the right side. It's going to be Musek. He will retrieve and throw on to first to Dietrich for out number 2. So Allred is down on the 5-4 putout. Excuse me, 4-3 putout. And now it's going to be number 2, Caleb Formby. So Formby comes to the plate with the bases empty and 2 outs. Formby, he's 0 for 1 on the day. Sounds like a couple of Clydesdales coming through the area. That one is hit right back up the middle on the first pitch. The shortstop Woodside will charge and drop it. And Formby is going to be aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up Brody Blackman, the left fielder.
I gotta applaud some folks in the crowd trying to get this team fired up here. And again, it's only 5-1. It's not an out of reach lead. It's certainly,
and it's only the 4th inning.
It's only the 4th inning. Brody Blackman has been swinging pretty good. He did strike out his last time up, but Brody is definitely capable of continuing this inning here and maybe getting a base hit.
5-1 is your score here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Dogs with a base runner over at first. Brody Blackman to the plate, looks at one out of the zone for ball 1. Blackman is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Brody digs in here against Nelson. Look into Blakeman, the pitch on the way. Called strike 1. So the count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike. On the Bulldogs left fielder, Brody Blackman. Caleb Formby standing over at first base, takes his lead. Pitch on the way from Nelson, swing and a miss from Blackman, strike 2. Nelson comes set, back on the rubber, and he's ready to go. 1-2 the count, pitch on the way, and did he call a balk? Yep, he called a balk. So wave off the pitch, and Caleb Formby will move up from first to second base.
Something like the 5th balk called on Central today.
The first of this game, but you're right, about the 5th one, yeah.
About, to my count, 4 balks were committed in that first game.
So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Blackman, who gets another chance at it after the balk. Pitch is on the way, and a swing and a miss for strike 3, so the Dogs will strand 1. We will go to the top of the 5th inning. Cedartown trailing 5-1. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
And now we head to the 5th inning. Cedartown trails by a score of 5-1. Owen Pilgrim coming in relief of Xavier Holliday. Pitched a 1-2-3 previous inning, so he did a good job in that role. Continues through 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and a couple of strikeouts.
Looks like it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for Central here in the top of the 5th inning. Smith, Dietrich, and White. Smith is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Davis Smith, the designated hitter, looks at a called strike 1 from Owen Pilgrim. I tell you, like you said, Andrew, it took Pilgrim a couple of batters to settle in, but he had a really nice 4th inning, as that one is high and tight, buzzed the tower there for ball 1. Let's hope that that will continue here in the 5th. 1-1 the count, pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one misses outside, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And the pitch is on the way to Smith, and that one is lifted to the right side. It's going to be Samuel Formby once again, who will range to his left and make the squeeze for out number 1.
Good job there by Samuel to catch the routine fly to the right side.
Now batting for the Lions, number 7, Corbin Dietrich.
I'll bring up Corbin Dietrich. He has 2 walks.
Dietrich,
2 plate appearances.
The big, tall first baseman for the Lions. Now he's ready to go. And the pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's fouled to the right side. 0-1 the count.
Looks like soccer is done on the top of the hill. The
lights are off.
Wrapped up the game earlier than ours. And the girls won 10-0 over Haralson County. I would imagine the boys probably did something similar on their senior night.
On the way. Strike 2 call. So Pilgrim, yep, ahead in the count against Dietrich, 0-2. I believe there was an old country song about turn out the lights, the party's over. Swing and a miss, and the party is over for Dietrich. He's down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, you knew that was coming.
That's going to bring up White. You know, sometimes in the radio business, some things just fall into place.
Well, that happened to me in the last play of the ballgame on Tuesday. I was talking about how the Dogs had turned 2 doubleheaders, and sure enough, next pitch, a doubleheader to end the game.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim, and that one is hit right back to him off of his glove. Knocks it down, retrieves, fires to first, and it is not there. Actually, that one got away from Cole Dingler over at first base, so the runner will reach safely.
Once he bobbled that ball, he was not going to get him. He rushed to throw, and he's lucky that it didn't go into the dugout or out of play. Runner stays put at first base, but it's not going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And they will call that an E1, a tough E1.
That'll bring up Culverhouse, who made the big catch over in left field in the bottom of the 4th inning. He comes to the plate with the runner at first.
7 errors on the Dogs in this game.
Culverhouse 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. It's hard to win ball games when you put up that many errors. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim, called strike 1 on the Lions left fielder. Pilgrim Checks the runner at first. Now the look into Allred. Pitch on the way, and that one is outside. Ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Culverhouse. Again, the look over to first. Pilgrim comes set. Now he's going to fire over to first base, and the runner is back safely in white. And Pilgrim already ready to go back to work, working quickly here. Top of the 5th inning, 5-1 is your score. Pitch on the way, and that one is lifted to the right side. It's going to be another play for Formby, who retreats about 5 steps and makes the grab over on the right side for out number 3. So the Lions leave 1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Dogs trail by 4. Your score, 5-1. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Georgia needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double-A.
1, 2, and 3 due up for the Bulldogs. It'll be Tony Ware, Ace Allen, and Owen Pilgrim. It's a 5-1 lead for the Central Lions. 5-4-1 for the Bulldogs. 1, 3, and 7 errors. But Sam, you got to credit Owen Pilgrim coming in relief after that potential injury to X Holiday, and he's had some traffic, but he's pretty much shut it down.
He's
keeping us in the game with a chance.
He has pitched extremely well. The last 2 innings, scoreless innings for the Lions. Unfortunately for the Dogs, it's been the last 3 innings that have been scoreless. Cedartown trailing 5-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tony Ware 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored. You remember Ware had that big hit off the top of the wall in deep center field. And so he will come to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I think we have a new pitcher out there.
We do.
Rhett Nelson.
Oh, no, that's the same guy.
Hit it? Oh, yeah. But maybe we will have a new pitcher because that one he hit
him.
Tony Ware to start out the inning. I beg your pardon. See,
1 pitch and a walk.
The natives get restless for you after bedtime. My brain shuts down after bedtime. So
and it is past.
We're in trouble now.
It is past the old man's bedtime. Ace Allen will come to the plate with a runner over at first base and nobody out.
Yeah, Tony was 1 for 2 with a run scored and a strikeout, and now Ace Allen 0 for 1 with an RBI and a walk.
Throw over to first base, and Ware is back safely. He had a pretty big lead over there at first, though.
Yeah, he did.
Able to get back okay under the tag from Dietrich. So Allen will dig in here against Nelson. Nelson comes set, pitch on the way. That one's hit to the left side, but foul, and everybody will have to go back. Oh, you hear that? You hear
I hear the chirping.
You hear it. You know, that almost means that summer is here. It's right around the corner, that's for sure. Today it felt like it, but of course it's going to rain tomorrow and be cool.
We're supposed to have a freeze on, I think, Monday night.
Pitch on the way, and a hard foul ball off of the inside of Allen's left foot. He's going to have to walk that one off as that one hurt.
Dogs have been punished by the baseball today.
Temperatures up in the mids, maybe even upper 70s throughout today. It was mid-70s at first pitch of game 1. Just a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon and evening here for high school baseball on a Thursday night here at the Dog Pound. 0-2 the count, throw over first base, and Tony Ware is back safely against Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter. Tyrone back at the station for us. We appreciate you joining us. Allen stands in. Pitch on the way from Nelson. Called strike 3, and Allen is the first out of the inning down on strikes.
That outer corner has been called all game long. You got to battle out there.
We're going to have a pinch hitter now for Owen Pilgrim, and it'll be number 14, Everett Perkins. So Perkins will come to the plate with the runner over at first base and 1 out, and we know that Perkins can swing the stick. 14 for 18. You heard the umpire make the official announcement over to the central dugout.
Now, I'm thinking Owen will probably come back in and pitch. I think you can do that. I know you can't insert a DH after there's no DH to start. And I don't think there was a DH in this game.
Holiday.
Holiday was the DH. So they're just going to pinch hit for him, and I think he can re-enter the ball game if they want to go back to Pilgrim again.
I mean, I'm going to go with whatever you say.
That seems to make sense to me.
Tony Ware over at first base. Perkins the batter. We'll see what they do when we go to the 6th. Throw over, and Tony is back safely. Andrew, today Cedartown said farewell and gave its honors to retired Colonel Larry Odom. Colonel Odom served in the United States Air Force for 26 years. Pitch on the way, and that was hit to the left side. Now it's going to be a tough play, and it's going to be through the infield. And Perkins delivers a base hit to the left side, and the Dogs have runners at first and second with only 1 out.
Oh, it took a funny hop there on the dirt, Sam. The shortstop was going to try to take that on the hop and maybe try to get 1 out. But when it took the funny hop, it got past him. It's a base hit for Perkins on a pinch hit. So good job there by the young freshman to get a base hit. And now Samuel Formby's going to bat with runners on first and second, only 1 gone. But back to the Colonel, Larry Odom. What a life he lived. And you didn't really know much about it until, if you read the obituary, it was something to see.
A little trickler down the third base side, and that one will go foul.
Foul.
A Cedartown native who eventually moved back to Cedartown because he wanted to help his community, and he loved his community. He spent 26 years in the Air Force, flew over 180 missions during Vietnam. He was a B-52 pilot. He would then go on to serve at both bomber and missile bases throughout the United States. During his career, after he moved back to Polk County, he became the 911 director for Polk County 911. That is a swing and a miss from Formby. He served in that position for 10 years and then served 3 terms for a total of 12 years on the Cedartown City Commission. And also during that time, of course, he served as chairman and was an instrumental part of a lot of big accomplishments for the city of Cedartown. And today, we paid our respects and said our thank yous to Colonel Odom for his service, not only to our country, but also to our town, as Formby looks at that one outside ball, too.
Well, Colonel was never one to talk about himself, and I remember when we had the retirement ceremony for him, when we learned all that he had done, it was just our jaws dropped. It was just really amazing what he did in his life. That just missed the outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes, but our thoughts go out to his wife and his children. We lost a good one, and we've lost a lot of good ones here lately.
Formby comes set with a count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and that one is lifted to the left side, and that's going to drop, and that's going to be trouble. 1 run is going to score. The ball rolls all the way to the fence. The runner is going to go into third, and Everett Perkins will stand at third. Samuel Formby is over at second, and Tony Ware comes across to score, and it's 5-2. The Dogs in business here at the bottom of the 5th.
Well, that hit right there jolted some life back into this crowd, back in that dugout, and the Dogs are back into this game. It's 5-2.
And you've got a big bat at the plate.
You sure do.
And that might be the night for Nelson. He is gone 4 1/3, and we'll see if they do pull him. Long, slow walk out to the pitcher's mound by the Central head coach, and I think that will be it, and it is. Nelson's night is going to be done. So Nelson is done. We will have a pitching change. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll come back with that new pitcher for the Central Lions. Your score is 5-2. The Dogs with runners at second and third and only one out. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back as we continue. Dogs have put a run on the board. First run we've scored since the first inning. And still we're not done. Runners at second and third with only one out. The new pitcher on the mound. Let's see if we can get a number on him. Number 11 is going to be the pitcher. That's Hayden Richardson. So he's going to take over on the hill. And the line for Nelson, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. So not a bad start for him. He'll give way with the tying run at the plate with 1 out. And Dalen Holiday with a big at bat here.
Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. I mean, big time.
Big time. We were talking during the break. If you have not watched the Netflix documentary, I believe it is called The Greatest Night in Pop. It might be The Greatest Night in Pop Music, but it's about the night that they recorded the song We Are the World. And it's about an hour and a half long, and it's a really good watch, especially if you are a fan of music. But I'll tell you one of my favorite jokes. You know, I love a good corny joke. I love a good corny joke.
Of course you do.
So at one point, somebody that was one of the artists, because it was really late, like, middle of the night, mid-morning, something like that, they said that they were ready to go home, and they were complaining, blah, 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 I want to go home. And Stevie Wonder pops up, and he says, well, you can go home, but you have to let me or Ray drive you.
That's good right
Later
there.
on in the night, they were taking a break, and Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder were hanging out beside the piano.
Number 19, Dalen Holiday.
And Ray said, I need to go to the bathroom. And Stevie said, okay, I'll show you where it is.
That's good stuff.
Dalen Holiday comes to the plate with runners over at second and third.
Let's go, Day-Day. Big hit here.
And 1 out. I got another Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder joke here in just a minute. That one is hit to the right side. Dietrich, though, is going to make a play over at first. He's going to have to beat out Holiday to the bag, and he will for out number 2. But Everett Perkins comes in to score from third base, and it's a 2-run game, 5-3 now your score.
It's an RBI. Now the Bulldogs will bring the big bat to the plate, and that of Cole Dingler. Cole over 2 with a strikeout in this ball game.
Bulldogs, number 8.
But Sam, today, he has swung the bat pretty well. Really,
yes, he has.
Really drove one deep in the first game. We'll take a deep fly ball here.
And that is a high fly ball, but it's not going to be deep. But it is a mile high, and it is dropped. It's off the glove of the shortstop, Woodside. And that one is going to find the green stuff. And Samuel Forby is going to come in to score from third, and it is a 1-run game thanks to the big bat of Cole Dingler, 5-4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hey, you make contact and make things happen and make them make a play, and they, unfortunately for Central, did not.
Sometimes things go your way, and sometimes they don't. And that one right there went the way of the Dogs. And so Cedartown now trailing by 1. And they're going to bring up number 3, Gavin Allred. So Gavin will come to the plate with a runner over at first base and 2 outs.
Allred 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
Do you know what the score would be if Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles played tennis?
What?
Endless Love. That was one of my grandfather Ross Shackelford's favorite jokes.
That's good. That pitch just misses ball 1 low and away. 1-0 the count to Gavin Allred. That's good. Boy, your dad and Frank Sr. were just the best of friends.
Yes, they were.
Your granddad.
They were good friends. Throw over to first base, and Dinkler is back safely.
Sounds like a joke they would tell to each other.
Pitch on the way, and that one is called strike one over the outside part of the plate. So the count now even on Allred, 1-1. Richardson looks in, fires, and the throw is in there, and it is swung on and missed by Allred for strike 2.
Swung out of his shoes there. Helmet came off, and hat came off of Richardson.
Both of those guys swinging for everything that they've got. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. 3 runs already across here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch on the way, upstairs, ball 2. Good eye there by Allred again. Richardson coming out of his hat. So the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Pitch on the way, runner goes outside, and Dingler is in there safely at second, no throw down, and the count is full on Gavin Allred, the Bulldogs backstop. He's got a chance to bring that runner home and tie this one up with 1 good swing of the bat. Full count. Payoff pitch on the way from Richardson. Check swing, and he's got to go. And the throw down to first, and he is retired on the swinging drop strikeout and the throw down to first, and that will do it for the bottom of the 5th. The Bulldogs strike for 3, and they bring the lead to 1, 5-4 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Stream, the industry leader in screen printed apparel. They offer screen printing, embroidery, and signs and banners. At Cedar Stream, they have a fully automated screen printing facility here in Cedartown with the ability to efficiently and effectively distribute products all over the United States. Cedar Stream is a local family-run business with a big vision. Contact Cedar Stream today to find out what they can do for you. 800-686-7488 or cedarstream.com. Cedar Stream, shirts, it's what we do.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
I don't know about you, Sam, but it's more than a feeling.
Hey, look, after a 3-run bottom of the 5th, it is more than a feeling.
Yeah, you're right. Dogs they dig their way back into it. A 3-run bottom half as we head to the 6th inning. Wished we could have gotten more, but, with the way this game has gone, you'll take what you can get when you get it. And as we head to the top of the 6th inning, we'll continue to see Owen Wilson work. He's done a good job.
Owen Pilgrim, beg
your pardon. Owen Wilson?
I think he's an actor, isn't he?
I think he is an actor. Gosh, what is up with me tonight?
Well, it's after 10 o'clock.
Pilgrim.
It's 10:01. Do the
W291DN Cedartown, WGAA 1340, 106.1 FM, Cedartown, Georgia, the Big AA. There you go.
Boom.
There's your legal ID.
Okay, so you heard one of my granddad's favorite really bad jokes. You want to hear one of my really bad jokes? Favorite of all time. Blind guy walks into a bar. Has he seeing eye dog with him? Goes up, sits down at the bar. Bartender walks up, says, "What can I get you, sir?" He says, "I will have a scotch on the rocks." Perfect. Bartender turns around, goes, fixes the drink, comes back. The guy has the dog by the tail, swinging it around the top of his head. I mean, just swinging it. Bartender comes up, slams the drink down on the bar, says, "Sir, what in the heck are you doing?" He said, "Oh, nothing, just having a look around."
Oh, my gosh.
Woo!
While that was happening, some sort of discussion was happening.
I think the umpire was wanting to throw out the radio broadcaster for his terrible jokes.
Oh, gosh.
All right, we're ready to go back to work. Top of the 6th inning. It's Blakeman. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Misses outside. Low and outside. Ball 1.
Yeah, Owen Pilgrim, my apologies before, done a great job in relief. 2 scoreless innings.
That one misses, ball 2. Owen also a part of the JV basketball team this past season for the Dogs. 2-0 the count, pitch on the way, just missed, ball 3. That was close.
I think this might be number 10 at the plate. If that's correct, that's Jake Ivester. 40.
That one's in there, called strike 1 right across the middle for Pilgrim. So the count now 3 balls and 1 strike against Blakeman. The Lions backstop. He's done some good work behind the plate for Central in this game. 3-1 the count, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Pilgrim, and he has brought the count to full after falling behind 3-0. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Blakeman. Payoff pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Missed upstairs, ball 4. So the leadoff man is aboard for Central in the top of the 6th inning in Blakeman, and that will bring up Lambert, the right fielder. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner over at first base for Central. It will be number 4.
It's Tyler Roden.
Tyler Roden.
Number 5, Tucker Lambert.
So Lambert comes to the plate with a runner over at first and nobody out. Lambert 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Love to get him another one here.
You ready?
Pitch on the way. Taken out of the zone, ball 1. Allred popped up like he was going to throw down to first, looked the runner back, but did not make any throw. Oh, wait. 0-0. Did he not count it? That one is skied high. Ace Allen is going to come in from his spot at third base onto the grass and make the squeeze for out number 1. So either way, it's out number 1. Lambert is down and will be at the bottom of the order in the 9 spot for Ivester, the center fielder, who is 1 for 2. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a run scored. Good play there by Ace Allen for out number 1. The pinch runner still over at first base as Ivester digs in. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Runner goes. Throw down to second. He is done. Let me tell you what, Gavin Allred came up firing and threw a cannon shot down to second base. Caleb Formby, he could have made that tag 6 times. So the runner is out, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And the count is 1 ball, no strikes on Ivester. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's fouled off to the right side. The count now even 1-1. Again, the Dogs will return to action next week. We will be at home on Tuesday as we take on the Heritage Generals. And then on the 22nd day of March, we will go up north to Ringgold.
That'll be our final trip up there as they will be leaving our region.
Do you know what happened on March 22nd, 33 years ago this year? That one's in there, called strike. It is strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Was it a birthday?
A legend was born, my friend. A legend was born. Hit to the right side. The shortstop, Gerald, is going to have to charge in. Fire over to first base to Dingler for out number 3. And another good inning by Owen Pilgrim as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cedartown trails by 1, 5-4. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cedartown Bulldogs baseball, the Big Double A. Good defense, good pitching. And the boys are back in the batter's box. And the Dogs only down by 1 run, 5-4. You know, Sam, is a horrible start as this game was for the Bulldogs. They're in this thing and have a chance to win it and take the series. And
let me tell you what, they put on their rally caps. They did a rain dance. They did a prayer. They did a group therapy. I don't know what they did over there in the dugout, but they definitely have turned things around and hung in this one and have a chance here in the bottom of the 6th with Caleb Formby, the shortstop, leading off for the Dogs. First pitch on the way, and that one is upstairs, ball 1. Is it still Richardson? It is. So Richardson in his second inning of work here against the Dogs. Pitch on the way. That one's in there, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Richardson would come on in relief of Nelson. Final line on Nelson, 4 1/3. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. As that one's hit to the right side and through. It goes past Dietrich, and Caleb Formby is going to be aboard with a leadoff single.
Boy, you love to see it. Caleb Formby, he's been due a base hit since that ball game on Tuesday.
The boys are back.
That's right.
That's going to bring up a pinch hitter for the Dogs. It'll be number 5, Cole Cochran, who will grab a bat and come to the plate with a runner over at first base and nobody out.
Richardson, 2/3 of an inning so far. That's the first base hit he's given up. Struck out 1. 12 pitches, 8 for strikes. Now we have time called. Coach Johnson out there.
Just making sure that the umpire has the lineup right. Oh, hit. Oh, dropped it. Let me tell you what. He picked up that hat with some authority.
Yeah, he did.
I think he also understands that it's now 9 minutes past the hour of 10 Eastern time. Dirty.
Yeah, Cole Cochran.
Cole Cochran.
He's going to bat for Brody Blackman here.
Now, if you got to have a nickname, Dirty is a good one to have, buddy. I mean, that should strike
That's been
fear.
That's been his nickname for years. You have to go all the way back to Cedartown Youth Baseball days. He can't shake the nickname.
Well, Dirty will dig in here against Richardson, shows bunt, lays it down the third base side as cleanly as can be. The runner will move up. The thrower to first base gets Cochran, but he is able to advance Caleb Formby, who now stands at second base and 1 out. We will go back to the top of the order, and the big bat of Tony Ware will come to the plate. Ware 1 for 2, 2 runs scored and a strikeout.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 13, Tony Ware.
The tying run stands at second base. The go-ahead run for the Dogs at the plate and Tony Ware. Richardson glances over at Formby there at second base. Looks at him again. And the pitch on the way. That one is hit to the left side, but foul. I might sleep in a little bit late in the morning. I think I'm going to do the.
Sounds like a solid plan.
I think I'm going to do the sports tonight. You know, because typically, as you are well aware of, especially this morning, I do the sports early in the morning. I get up around 5:45, 5:50, try to get that recorded by about 6:15 so that it's in the system at 6:20 for the 6:30 news. This morning.
What, you don't do it live?
No, not a chance. Long look back to Formby at second from Richardson. Now the pitch is on the way. Time called, and he just about hit Tony Ware as he was backing out of the batter's box. My goodness.
Look out.
But I think tomorrow, in the morning, I might try to sleep all the way up till about, 6:45, 7 o'clock maybe.
I don't know about you,
then
but I do the news live. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. Look, only professionals. And you,
Now back in the day when you originally started doing local news,
I did live.
You did it live.
I did it live a lot. Yep, I was in the studio and did it live a lot there. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the left side and fair ball. The runner will be waved around third, and we are tied here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tony Ware, he's going to go to third, and he is safe. Wow. The throw over to third, Tony Ware beats it, gets under the tag, and the Bulldogs are in business. 5-5 is your score. Tony Ware coming through big for the Dogs.
What a great slide there by Ware to third base. He was dead to rights, but he slid under the tag and got to third base, and he is there safe after the ball was thrown away in the infield. But the most important thing, we are tied, and the go-ahead run is in scoring position with one out at third. The Dogs are back in this, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new ball game.
What an at-bat, what a game so far for Tony Ware. Ace Allen will come to the plate with a chance to give the Dogs the lead with Ware standing over at third base and only one out. Allen, 0 for 2, a strikeout, a walk, and an RBI. Let's give him another ribby right here. Richardson, a long look in to Blakeman. A long look in, time called and granted by Allen, and he steps out. So Allen once again will step in. Richardson comes set. Pitch on the way to Allen. Shows bunt. They get it over to the right side. The run is going to come home, and the Dogs lead. The Dogs on top 6-5. The sacrifice laid down, and he turned it into a base hit with a solid run down the first base side, and Allen stands over at first base and only one out, and the Bulldogs are on top.
Squeeze play.
Got it.
I love it. Squeeze play. They did not expect that to happen. And the Bulldogs are on top for the first time in this ball game. 6-5 is the score.
Ace Allen stands over at first base. Owen Pilgrim will grab a bat and hit for himself here in the bottom of the 6th. Richardson comes set. And the pitch on the way shows bunt, and he does bunt it, but it is foul and back. And so Pilgrim is behind in the count, 0-1.
Oh, you love to see it. Love to see it.
What a gutsy call there by Gavin Johnson, and what a bunt and a hustle down the line by Ace Allen. The throw back over to first, and it gets away. It gets away from Dietrich, and Allen is going to be at second base. Richardson threw it over the head of Dietrich, and Allen advances, and the Bulldogs now have a runner over at second and one out. That makes you wonder, does that change the approach at the plate now with the runner at second with Owen Pilgrim, the younger brother of Will Pilgrim, at the plate. We'll see if they'll let him swing away. He showed bunt. Richardson, pitch on the way. No bunt this time. That one's high. That one's going to get away from Blakeman. And Allen is going to be at third base. So a throwaway over at first base gets the runner to second, and a wild pitch past Blakeman gets the runner now to third.
Well, talk about a complete meltdown here in this inning. Dogs scored 3 in the 5th and 2 so far here in the 6th. They're not done, I don't think, and now we got a meeting on the mound on the entire infield in there to kind of calm down the pitcher.
Yeah, the first baseman,
Richardson.
Dietrich, was kind of leading that meeting. He grabbed Richardson and walked him almost all the way back to the pitcher's mound from home plate. And he'll settle him in, and they'll get ready to go. Infielders are going to be in on the grass. They're going to try to prevent the run from coming home. The throw in, or the pitch in, I should say, to Pilgrim's in there for called strike 2. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pilgrim. Quickly dealing, and that one's a called strike 3 on Pilgrim. He's down on strikes, and Richardson trying to get himself out of trouble as the Dogs have already played at 2 in the bottom of the 6th and taking a 1-run lead by a score of 6-5. Samuel Formby comes to the plate. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. swinging a big bat. He's got a double already that I know of. And he fouls that one straight back, strike one.
Not only has he been doing it with the bat, he's been doing it with his glove. He's done some great job out there in right field, tracked down some tough fly balls at him. So he's pulling his weight for sure.
I think it's a single and a double on the night. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off to the left side. Foul.
You notice what they're doing here. Yep. They're trying to speed up the pace. They're trying to quick pitch him. And they did that a lot against Cedartown in Game 1 back at Central.
Yeah, Richardson is working quickly. 0-2 the count, and we're already ready to go here against Formby. Now a little bit of a pause, switching up the speed, and the pitch is on the way, and he lifts that one foul. Staying alive is Formby. Count still 0-2. That was Richardson's 24th pitch, 18 of which strikes. Pitch on the way, and that one's hit to the right side, and that's going to add another run. Past the second baseman and into center field, and Samuel Formby now 3 for 4 on the night, 2 RBIs, and the Dogs lead by 2, 7-5.
Wow, Samuel Formby swinging a hot bat.
3 for 4, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and he stands over at first base with the designated hitter, Dalen Holiday, coming to the plate. The Dogs with a 2-run lead. 3 runs scored here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch on the way, and he hits that to the left side. Holiday into the corner. Johnson giving the sign. They're going to wave him home. Here comes Samuel Formby. A play at the plate. He is safe. Formby scores first to third, and the Dogs lead by 3, 8-5. The rubber match of the series has lived up to what we thought it could be. We thought it was going to be railroaded by the injury to Holiday, but Owen Pilgrim has come in, shut it down for the Dogs on the pitcher's mound, and the Bulldog bats have come alive, and we've got a meeting on the mound for the Central Lions as they now trail by 3, 8-5, and a pitching change. Let's take a 60-second break. We'll come back with the new pitcher. Cedartown leads 8-5, bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball. The Dogs have struck for 4 in the bottom half of the 6th inning and still a runner at third base. How about Dalen Holiday, the triple?
I tell you what, Holiday delivering a big base hit, and I was telling Andrew and Carson during the break, as soon as Holiday made contact with Gavin Johnson was given the green light to Samuel Formby to go first to home. I mean, just scoring from first base, trucking it. Dogs lead 8-5 over the Central Lions.
Carson Talbert, number 22, is the new pitcher, Sam. I wanted to go ahead and get that out. So Richardson goes an inning in the third, 4 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. But earned or unearned, it's a run, it counts, and the Dogs lead by 3, 8-5.
And let's talk about the pitching performance of Owen Pilgrim that has put the Dogs in this situation.
Put him back out there in the 7th inning.
I mean, Holiday went down in that, 2nd inning after he got hit by a line drive right back up the middle. Pilgrim came in, had to clean up the rest of the 2nd. He gave up 2 in the third, but then has given up no runs from the 4th inning on and put the Dogs in a good position to get themselves back into this one, and that's exactly what they have done. So it will be Cole Dingler to the plate, and it'll be Jack Roper, the pinch runner, out at second base for Dalen Holiday. First pitch on the way to Dingler. Runner goes, big jump, no throw down to third, and Roper is in safely now at third base with a stolen base.
Dingler took a called strike on the breaking ball. 0-1.
Pitch on the way from Talbert. That one's outside, got away. Run is going to come home, play at the plate. No. The throw was well off its mark. Jack Roper gives the Bulldogs a 4-run lead, 9-5. 5 runs have come across here for the Dogs in the bottom of the 6th inning. You want to talk about a team that battles.
I'm telling you what.
They are showing it tonight.
Talbert there with a bad release point. One ball, 1 strike to count as Roper scored on the wild pitch. 9-5.
Pitch on the way from Talbert, and that was lifted foul. So Dingler behind in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with the bases now empty and 2 outs. 22 minutes past the hour of 10 p.m. Late night baseball here from the Dog Pound on this Thursday night. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter. And we got something else going on as Coach Johnson is coming out to talk with the umpires. I'm not sure. Coach Johnson is making his way over to first. And I think they're talking to somebody that's going to be on the other side maybe of the central dugout. That's where the officers are going. School resource officers making their way over to the other side of the first base dugout, along with, looks like, the game administrator in Bridget Tillery. And this has not been a good game for Central fans here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. This is the 3rd game of the series. Cedartown won the first by a final of 1-0 on Tuesday, and they lost the second one earlier, and they are leading here, and another fan, yes, is being escorted out. I think the umpire had had enough. Tell you what, there should be a disclaimer when you come to Cedartown. You better be on your best behavior.
Well, there is a disclaimer. It's called the GHSA sportsmanship.
The GHSA and its member schools have made a commitment in the promotion of good sportsmanship. That's all I got. Carson, do you have any of it memorized at all? That's all I've got is just GHSA and its member schools.
Well, he's got the paper over there.
Well, I use the paper on Friday nights too, so. All right, so I think we have got all of our ducks in a row. So Talbert will go back to work after another fan has been asked to listen to the rest of the ball game from their car. But my guess is they will not be tuning into our broadcast.
Probably not.
Base is empty. Cole Dingler at the plate. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5 runs have come across for the Dogs, and they lead 9-5. Dingler 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Looks like if Dingler reaches, looks like Ra Ware might have grabbed the bat.
That's what it looks like to me as well. All right. Here we go. Pitch on the way. This is ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, 2 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And Cole thought he got a piece of it, but the umpire said he did not, so that will be the 3rd out of the inning. But the Dogs strike for 5 and take a 4-run lead. It is 9-5. We will go to the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Lions here. We'll be back after this 60-second break here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, two Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
What a wacky night it's been here at the Dog Pound, but the Bulldogs strike for 5 in the bottom half of the 6th and now lead it 9-5. Central will bring to the plate here the top of their order. Woodside, Music, and Smith will be due up. And as we thought, looks like Pilgrim will stay on the hill, and boy, he's pitched great. 3 scoreless innings in a row, and he has a 9-5 lead as Sam and I are jamming down to some village people in here.
Pilgrim, 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 3 straight scoreless innings. But it will be the top of the order for the Lions. Woodside 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 3 outs, and the Dogs are home free.
Owen Pilgrim could earn his first win as a pitcher today if he can get these last 3 outs here.
First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. Inside, ball 1. Cedartown 1-1 in region play. Central 1-1 in region play.
Cannot tell you how big this could be for the Bulldogs.
Pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 2. We've had some excitement tonight.
No
some
doubt.
Excitement in the first inning. Excitement there in the 6th inning. Pitch on the way. That one is popped up. Second baseman Formby will come in, and he will make the squeeze just to the right of the second base bag for out number 1. 1 down, 2 to go, and it will bring up Music, the second baseman, who is 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a strikeout.
Now batting for the Lions, number 2, Brandon Music.
So Music comes to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. Cedartown looking to pick up their 2nd win in region play, their 4th win of the season, and their 1st win at home here in the campaign of 2024. First pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That is drilled to the left side, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Blackman over in left field will get it in, and it will hold Music to a 1-out single. So that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Davis Smith.
Now batting for the Lions, number 30, Davis Smith.
Well, game 1 ended in a double play. How about game 3 ending in a double play?
I'll take it.
Runner on first with 1 out.
Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. And that one is popped to the right side, and it is going to get out foul. Cole Dingler gave chase, but it was just over the fence there on the right side, so a long strike 1 for Smith. Smith 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. So Smith stands in. We're ready to go back to work with Music over at first base and 1 out. Pitch from Pilgrim, and there's strike 2. Pilgrim ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes on the Lions DH.
Right there. Right there.
I mean, right down Broadway. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way. That one is upstairs a little bit, maybe even outside a little bit. So it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Pilgrim quickly. The sign from Allred. Comes set. Pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the center field, Tony Ware. He's going to come on and make the play, and he drops it off the heel of his glove, but he's going to throw into second for the out. So they still record the out, but Tony Ware dropped it in left center, or right center, excuse me, after it looks like it came off the heel of his glove, but the throw in to second to Caleb Formby for out number 2 retires Music.
Boy, I tell you what.
And Smith will stand over at first base.
Cedartown is lucky there. I mean, they had him dead to rights at second base, and I'm glad they knew to throw there. So
that'll bring up the first baseman, Dietrich, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. Pilgrim fires into Dietrich. That one's hit to the right side and foul.
So no double play in this one. But however you can get it.
The Lions down to their final out. 1 on, 2 out. Cedartown leads 9-5. Pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. On the Lions, first baseman Dietrich. Pilgrim comes set. The pitch. That one is tattooed to the center field. Tony Ware's going to have to give chase. He's going to go all the way back to the wall, and it is off the wall. 1 run is going to score. Dietrich is going to go into second base. The throw is late coming in, and Dietrich stands at second with an RBI double, and it is 9-6. A 3-run game here in the the top of the 7th inning.
Whoa, brother, let me tell you, if that ball is about 6 feet to the right, it's out of here.
Yeah, you're right. And then you're looking at a 2-run ball game instead of a 3-run. But instead, Dietrich will be at second base, and that's going to bring up White, the third baseman, who is 0 for 2 with an RBI.
Dietrich, didn't he have the home run in game 1? I believe he did. And almost hit one there.
Pilgrims come set. Pitch on the way. That one's fouled back. 0-1 to count. No balls. 1 strike to count on White. The Lions' third baseman. Pilgrim to look in to Allred. Checks Dietrich at second, who doesn't look like he's going to go anywhere. And the pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side, and that one is going to be foul. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here on White. Again, Cedartown looking to pick up their 2nd region win of the season, their 1st win here at home, and their 4th win on the season. They've got a chance to do it. Central down to their final strike. Pitch on the way from Pilgrim. That one's fouled off to the right side, and White staying alive, putting up a good battle here against the Bulldogs reliever. Owen Pilgrim would come on in relief of Xavier Holiday back in the 3rd inning. And he's going to work here. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Allred. Dietrich not able to advance, so the runner stays at second, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes on White. White stands in. Pilgrim toes the rubber. A long look in. Check the runner at second. 1-2 on the way. The big breaking ball hung up upstairs, and the count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second, 1 run already across, 9-6, a 3-run lead for the Dogs. The pitch on the way, upstairs, ball 3, and it's a full count. Allred will ask for times from the home plate umpire, and he will go out and try to settle Owen Pilgrim down. You got to have 1 more strike, kid. You do that, and we can all go home happy.
Got to get him out because you don't want to bring the tying run up here.
We hope to hear an update on Xavier Holiday, hoping that he is okay and will be ready to go back to work on Tuesday against Heritage. Full count. Payoff. Pitch on the way. Lost him outside. Ball 4. So that will put White aboard, and the Central Lions will bring the tying run to the plate.
going to be Blake Cloverhouse.
The left fielder.
Coach Smith out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher. We're squeezing every last bit out of this ball game here. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. They've been down at a final strike several times.
Doing all the way over here? It's just a pitching visit.
Oh, I don't know.
Go back to second base. You can see now we've got to wait for him to go all the way back to second. So the pitching visit is over from pitching coach Josh Smith.
Now batting for the Lions, number 25, Blake
Culverhouse representing the tying run for the Central Lions comes to the plate.
He's 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI.
First pitch catches the inside part of the plate, strike one. Good movement on that pitch there by Pilgrim. And he's ahead in the count 0-1 against Culverhouse. Dietrich stands at second, White at first. 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good stop there by Allred to keep it in front of him. And the count will now be even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Culverhouse stands in. Pilgrim, the look in. And the pitch is on the way. Breaking ball upstairs. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. Dogs lead by 3. Pilgrim comes set. Pitch on the way. Called. Strike 2 from the Bulldogs hurler. So again, Central down to their final out, or final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Pilgrim comes set. Pitch on the way. Strike 3 called, and the Dogs do it. Cedartown rallies to come back and beat the Central Lions to pick up their 2nd region win of the season, their 4th region win, or excuse me, their 4th win, their 2nd region win, and their 1st win here at home of the 2024 season. 9-6 is your final. We'll take a 60-second break, and we'll come back and wrap this one up. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
We're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the GHSA and the Georgia Athletic Directors Association.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcoming back to Cedartown High School Baseball. The final score, Cedartown rallies a 5-run bottom half of the 6th inning, put them over the top 9-6 as Central did get a run in the top of the 7th inning, but thankfully the enough of a cushion for the Bulldogs to secure their 2nd region win. And Sam, I cannot tell you how big of a win that was for the Bulldogs on the ropes after losing game 1, and losing game 1 in a very disappointing and disheartening manner, leaving the tying and winning runs aboard in scoring position. But in this ball game, the Dogs able to dig their way out of the hole and won 9-6. And you can thank Samuel Formby, 3 hits and 4 at-bats, a double, a single, and he just had a great game. Looking down the lineup for the Bulldogs here, of course, Samuel Formby, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs for him. Tony Ware, 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, an RBI. Ace Allen, 0 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBI for him. X Holiday early in the ballgame got a base hit. Owen Pilgrim went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but certainly made up for that on the mound. 1 for 1 was Perkins. He had 1 at bat and a run scored. Samuel Formby, as we mentioned, 3 for 4. Dalen Holiday had a big hit, 1 for 3, 2 runs batted in for him and a walk. Dingler went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Allred 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Caleb Formby had a big at bat, 1 for 3 he went and scored a run, and then Blackman 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So the big story in this ball game, not just that the Dogs came back and won it. How about Owen Pilgrim? 5 innings, 3 hits, only 1 run allowed, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Not bad for being forced into action.
No, when Pilgrim came into this ball game for X Holiday, he inherited some base runners and some traffic there in the 3rd inning. And at the end of the 3rd inning, Cedartown trailed by a score of 5-1. It was a 4-run lead for Central. They would carry that into the 4th inning, and then in the 5th inning, the Dogs would strike for 3. They would come back in the 6th inning and strike for 5, and Owen Pilgrim would only give up 1 run after he got through that 3rd inning of work. The final line for the game, Central 6 runs on 6 hits and 4 errors. Cedartown 9 runs, 9 hits on 8 errors, and they come away with the win. The Dogs are now 4-10 overall. They are 2-1 in region play, and what a big win here against the Central Lions at home. The first home win for the Dogs, and that leads you to believe that good things are on the horizon for Cedartown, as we will be back in action on Tuesday here at home as we take on the Heritage Generals in region play again. So once again, your final here from Cedartown High School. Game 2 of the doubleheader, Game 3 of the 3-game series. Cedartown wins by a final score of 9-6. For my broadcast partner, Andrew Carter, for Tyrone, back at the radio station, I'm Sam Branch from Cedartown High School saying, as always, until next time, good night, God bless, and go Dogs.
W291 TN.